Okay, wonderful. And I'm going to put it in the speaker view so people can see who's speaking. Hi, everyone out in Facebook land and for the recording and everyone here. My name is Sharon Farrar, and I am happy to host Stories of Hope. We are hope dealers, we like to call ourselves, because we have something that has given us so much more vitality, energy, kept us out of the doctor's office for the most part, and just an investment on the wellness side of our lives. And I have taken Juice Plus for the last 23 years. In September, it'll be 23 years. I started off, I'm just gonna go ahead and show the bottles, with fruits and veggies, 20 fruits and veggies in a capsule. And that plus the chocolate shake we have, and flaxseed. Those are my first three, quote, simple changes. You notice that the group's name, our customer group's name, Simple Changes to Better Health. You know, it's hard to make a lot of changes at once. Right now, we're working on doing the shred, which is a lot of guidelines, which are actually very, very good for you. But those were my first three. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm 300% healthier right then and there because I added those changes. And later, I added the berry blends. And very recently, the omega. This is our plant-based omega. At one point, I was like, well, why do I need the berries? Well, the berries finish off the rainbow of all the colors, and they're actually made for heart and circulation. And there's really good studies behind all of those blends showing significant results. And so we are super passionate as a community about getting the word out. Our mission is to inspire healthy living around the world. It's really helped us all. It's helped keep my skin looking a lot better. I used to have bumps on the backs of my arms, the tops of my legs. I used to have allergies where I'd have a Kleenex in my hand all the time. It was pretty bad. Doug would come up and grab my hand. He'd be like, oh, I'd be like, that's part of us. If you're gonna be with me, you're gonna be with my Kleenex. Well, those days are over. I used to get allergy shots and all that. I don't need to do that anymore. I used to get sick to where it would go into like where I needed antibiotics. It'd be hacking coughs. Nobody would want to be around me. But now with Juice Plus, it's like it comes in your throat, kind of leaves, really quickly. And it's just a better quality of life. And so other things it's done for me, I used to be super tired, and my mom can attest to this if she chimes in on the Facebook. Or my sisters, I used to have to drive to her house just like 3 hours, and I'd have to pull off the side of the road to sleep. I was so run down and tired. And I was also fueling myself with Coca-Cola, M&Ms, like terrible, terrible foods that make your sugars go up and then come back down. Well, I've since learned that fiber is your friend. And one of my ways to get fiber every day is to have this shake. It's plants. The more plants you have in your diet, the better. You increase your plants, increase your water, and you're going to be so much healthier, and decrease the foods that maybe you could. So anyway, so much more vitality. And then I had a couple babies, the last two babies, with using Juice Plus as a prenatal. And also at age 40, I had my last baby. So I'd made a lot of what we call simple changes by then. And so she was fine. The doctor was not thrilled I was pregnant at age 40. He was like, oh, no. He's handing me brochure after brochure about what could go wrong, what kind of diagnostic tests they could do on me, all these things. And I was like, listen, buddy, I'm so much healthier now than I was back in 32 and 33 when I had the other two kids. So anyway, this is just something I get so excited about, because we've all got great stories and we don't always get to hear them. Now, not every result is the same, and we can't make any guarantees except for what's in the research. The research shows Juice Plus gets absorbed in the body, takes away oxidative stress, helps your immune system, which does a lot. It helps all these different systems, cardiovascular, pulmonary. So you are overall healthier. And there's more, there's like over 40 studies. You can read them on juiceplus.com. Anyway, the science is there, and Juice Plus works, and it's in line with all the research on fruits and vegetables. So anyway, it's nothing magical. It's just that hardly anybody eats enough fruits and vegetables, and we need 7 to 13 every day. And these sometimes are better fruits and vegetables because they don't pick the prettiest ones. They pick the ones that are most nutritious in Juice Plus. and raw and vine ripened. So it's top quality. And I love all of you who have decided to make that quote, one simple change and then continue on your health journey. It's a great catalyst. All right, so enough about me. I have some other people who are going to share their stories tonight. And we'll start with Melissa, who is a pharmacist. And why did you choose Juice Plus, Melissa? And what has it done for you? Whether it's just made sense, logically, or you've actually got great results, both are great. And maybe other family members, have you been encouraged as to what their health is without sharing their stories? Because we're just mostly allowed to share our own. Go ahead.
Sure. So like Sharon said, my name's Melissa. I have been taking Juice Plus for probably 6 years. And after 4 of those years, I decided to join the company because of how I felt, and I could see a change in myself and my body. I started because I was at a point in my life, my husband and I were struggling with fertility, and I just wanted to be healthier. And a friend of my sister's had suggested it, and I knew her as a very healthy person. And I figured, hey, if she's doing this, it's got to be something that's good for me. And, I always joke with telling my story that as a pharmacist, I'm very type A, and I also happen to be very stubborn. And I was like asking all these questions, and this community found answers for all of my questions. So I jumped right in. And I started with, Sharon was showing her bottles. I started with just the fruits and veggies. And then I took them correctly once I felt them start working, and I noticed changes in my skin. My skin was clearer, rosier, no afternoon slumps. Just as a coincidence, I stopped coffee, but I don't need it. I don't need the caffeine. I don't need the afternoon boost. I'm not passing out at work at 2:00 in the afternoon. And finally got my husband onto them, and now it's the first thing he does in the morning. And he is even convinced he takes the gummies that they fill him up. He's like, sometimes I eat them as my breakfast. And hey, if that's what he wants to go as for his breakfast, that's fine by me. So I finally got him on board. And like I said, my sister is also an advocate of Juice Plus. We got our mom on pretty quick, and she saw some good changes in her cholesterol. Sorry, I'm outside. She no longer had to take, like, she was soaking raisins and rum and doing all these kind of, oh no, wait, that was for arthritis. That's not cholesterol, sorry. But anyway, she doesn't need that anymore either, because her knuckles would be bad. And then my dad was the hardest to convince, and he was pre-diabetic, and along with dietary changes and exercise and his Juice Plus, his numbers all shot down. So with diabetes, you're watching your hemoglobin A1C, and his dip down. It's supposed to be less than like 6 or 7. His dip to less than 5, I think. And, it's not, we like to say it's not meant to treat or cure a disease, but you can see how it works in people with small, simple lifestyle changes. And I think that's the most important thing to me, because it's one simple change right after another, and they just build on each other. And that's what's really important to me, and the biggest change I think I've seen for myself.
Thank you, Melissa. I love that your family's getting healthier too. And your husband, I know you wanted him to take it. So that's good. And I love that you mentioned your mom. Your mom is always on our different Zooms.
She's a firecracker of energy. So I can only dream.
She's wonderful.
Actually, I got my stepdaughter to take them on, she's on a cross-country trip with her mom, and she struggles with some anxiety and newly diagnosed ADHD. And I was like, I'm going to send you with these Omegas. Take one a day. If you take them every day while you're away. And I sent her a little bit of some of the things it's shown to help with. And I said, if you take it every day while you're away, we'll go up to 2. And if you think you want to start it, we'll get you your own thing, and Dad and I will pay for it for you. So, because she's only 20. But
she's older. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I was just going to say, my mom, at one point I was buying her Juice Plus because she wasn't taking, hers had expired because she wasn't taking it. And I hope I hope she's not listening. But and then I said, well, I'm gonna buy you your Juice Plus. That's how much I know it's gonna help you, because she was getting bronchitis, 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 bronchitis. And I'd be like, take a probiotic too. And then finally she said yes, and that she would take it because I bought it for her. And so then by that next February, she called me. She's like, all right, I'm a believer. I'll pay for my own Juice Plus. And she's been on it ever since. So it really has helped her too. And then Doug's mom. So it's great to get the relatives on Juice Plus. It really just is a foundation of better health. Fruits and vegetables, we just don't get enough. And this is a way to get concentrated every single day. Thanks, Melissa, for sharing your story. Jana, we're going to go to you. And Jana's in New
Okay.
Mexico, right?
Yes, northwestern New Mexico. We started both my husband and I started taking Juice Plus almost five years ago. And one of the common objections that I get from people is that, I feel fine, I don't have nothing's wrong with me. I feel fine. And what I say to them is that you have no idea what's going on in your body. And so in June of 2017, Blake went in for his regular 6-month physical, did all the blood work and stuff like that, and ended up diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia. And he was placed on a targeted cancer drug, and there were a lot of side effects, and he had some issues with fluid retention around his lungs and heart, and so the drug was changed to a different drug, but he couldn't eat. He lost 95 pounds in less than 2 months. He was eating absolutely nothing. So the drug, the targeted cancer drug that he was changed to, really worked to alleviate the symptoms of the cancer. But Blake couldn't eat, and he had no energy, and obviously a very weak immune system. So I talked to my friend Cindy Galloway, and I knew that she did the Juice Plus, and so she told me about it. So I ordered it and signed up as a partner the same day. And 7 days later, we got it. And at this point in time, Blake was unable to raise his head off the pillow. He could not do anything. And he was a very strong man. He couldn't do a thing. And within 24 hours of when he started taking it, he could at least go to the restroom on his own. And so he's been taking it ever since. And we just had an appointment with an oncologist last Wednesday, a week ago today. And for the last about 3 years, he's had no detectable signs of cancer in his blood. His platelets have improved, his hemoglobin has improved, and his white blood cell count has improved. And as I tell people, the drug he's taking, the Tasigna that he takes, that works for the cancer, but Blake's got energy. He's out there doing yard work. He built our grandson a bunk bed. He's doing all kinds of stuff. He feels good. He's 73, and he feels good. He's got energy. So that comes from the Juice Plus. And you never know what's going on inside your body, and so you need to take that Juice Plus to be prepared, to have your body as strong as it can be. Then for me, I have pulmonary sarcoidosis, which means that I have inflammatory lesions throughout both lobes of my lungs. And again, that was discovered by accident because I happened to fall on the ice and got a CT scan, and they found all these nodules. And I was tested, and Mayo Clinic said I had this sarcoidosis. There's no known cause, no cure. And I just went to the pulmonologist on Tuesday, and he said he's amazed that I have had no increase in size or number of lesions. And this kills people. I mean, 3 years ago, a friend's nephew died of sarcoidosis. It affects any organ of your body. It has not spread. and I've never had to take something like prednisone or anything like that. So I take the Juice Plus. Blake and I take double dose every day. And we both drink shakes every day. And then my mom, we just lost her. She was 5 days short of 95 years old. She took it for 3.5 to 4 years. And up until about 7 weeks before her death, she was very active. She was doing all kinds of things. She was mentally alert. And she just said, I just feel better. I just feel better when I take it. So, that's my story. And like I said, I tell people, you don't know what's going on in your body. So you need to make your body as strong as possible with good nutrition.
Right. You had no idea what was going on in your body. And
None of us did. No.
yeah. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Jana.
Mhm.
Appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to go to Gwen next. Go ahead, Gwen.
All right. Well, I first learned about Juice Plus, it's been like 14, 15 years ago. I have to go back because I signed up underneath of Gloria about 6 months after she signed up. So I've been here for a long time. Took me a while to join the team. But we noticed a lot of difference just in our daughter in the beginning because her chronic ear infections healed up as soon as we went on Juice Plus. I mean, I didn't even pay attention. Okay, I didn't learn any education for the first 7 years. I am that person. I just took it because I knew it worked and I didn't care and I didn't want to learn. I just wanted the product. So God bless Gloria for her persistency in trying to help me learn. And I'm really glad that I went and finally started to learn. But for my daughter, her ear infections went away, and then my chronic allergies went away. All of the Flonase and all that junk, I didn't have to take it after a couple years. I had to step down, but it was fine. I had hand, foot, and mouth virus that year. So I was a train wreck. I didn't even know how sick I was. I swear it helped me avoid getting diagnosed with MS. So it postponed it because I felt better. I actually felt better and it helped me feel better. So, it took a little while before I was really sick and I got diagnosed, but now it's part of my everyday routine. I do take a double dose, and it does help me with that. But, I love this stuff, and it helps us heal so miraculously. I'm all about the studies now. I love all the research. I love how it reduces systemic inflammation head to toe. So for me, that reduces the lesions in my brain or maybe the fact of them growing, okay? Because that's what MS is scar tissue in your brain, and it can affect anything and everything from here to there. And you just never know what you're going to get. So, this is my godsend, and it really does help me every day. I panicked one time. I went to conference and I didn't have any. Thank God our friends always bring too much. So I was able to borrow some and make it, but I was really panicked when I left here and I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do without it, But I knew that I would be okay. So, it does a lot for me.
For MS, isn't that something where omegas are super helpful for the connectivity of the myelin teeth or something like that?
Yeah, it helps a lot. I started taking those right when they first came out, and I didn't really notice, but now I can tell it does help with memory retention and things like that. So, and my hair. And my hair used to be stick straight like that over there, and now it's got all sorts of curl and stuff. I love it.
Good. And you are an avid skier. You ski.
Yes. Usually 40, 50, 60 days a year.
Right.
Yeah.
And many
Yeah.
days in a row. So,
Yeah. And the energy that you get is awesome. And our friends don't understand how we have all this energy every day, all day long. We went and helped a friend move this weekend, and I made smoothies for everybody for breakfast. So I put some Perform in, I put the Vanilla Complete, I put some fruits, some spinach, the capsules, and one lady's like, "What was in there? Did you put vodka in my drink or something?" I'm like, no, it was just fruits and vegetables. So she's almost there. She got to experience it straight up, and I knew she would love it.
Good. Well, it's a lifestyle, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I love to share with everybody, so that's
Great.
my
Thank
thing.
you, Gwen. I appreciate you sharing your story. And we'll
Always.
to Patrick.
What's happening, guys? I was trying to get my father to share a story as well, but I'm in Ohio visiting my dad and some family, and a town to the town northeast or southwest of us, actually. There's a tornado, so my dad is over helping some people over there. So it's been a wild day, but I'm glad to be able to get on here. And the next time I'll get my dad to share a story, because it's a big reason I've always stayed true to taking the product and sharing my business story and everything, is just because I think the biggest thing for me, the product works. The research is the biggest reason I keep taking it. Is when I learned that it gets into your bloodstream, that was a game changer for me. And I suffered from allergies. I'm a professional golf caddy. I was told I was allergic to the outdoors, so that didn't work. So I thought I would do the right thing of getting allergy shots, and then Juice Plus came into my life. And like I said, when I saw it got into my bloodstream, that was a game changer. So I've been taking it diligently for 10 years. And like Sharon, the Chocolate Complete is my personal favorite on the golf course. I take it during the summer months twice a day religiously. So it's an amazing thing. And the other big thing is the omega. I'm allergic to seafood, so being able to have a plant source of omegas is the best thing. So yeah, I'm glad I could share with you guys, and have a great evening.
Wow, Patrick, I did not know you were allergic to seafood. That must be hard.
Absolutely. I grew up, I thought it was my mom's cooking. And when I was in college, I worked at a 5-star seafood restaurant. And first day we were sampling the special straight to the ER. So yes.
Oh my
It's
goodness. Wow. And then I
pretty-
had one question about your Chocolate Complete.
Yes.
So if you're going to the golf course, I mean, my daughter, my husband, my son, they all play golf. I'm getting into it a little bit. What snacks would you bring? You said you do like 2 completes. Do you bring it with you in a Yeti already like blended?
No, I have my blender bottle, and I just have that, and I just have bottled water with me, and I just shake it up like usually at the turn. And then if I'm doing 36 that day, then I'll just do it in between rounds
Okay, and when you say usually at the turn,
after 9 holes.
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. You were like trying
Yeah, and I've got, where I work at the Bears Club, I've gotten the people that work there, the chefs, really into it. So they make me a smoothie with like frozen banana, avocado, and nut butter and nut milk. So yeah, so it's been awesome to show them, and especially the executive chef, who I won't say his name, but we've been in discussions for the last 2 years, because he thinks what he serves the members is a good thing, and I'm just slowly trying to get him to come to our side. So it's just fun teaching people. I mean, especially talking to doctors and stuff like that, we've all been through so many people that just don't get it. But those are the people that we need to, be persistent with, and just keep sharing the information with.
Okay, so how many capsules do you take, Patrick? Because it sounds like Lynn and Jana double theirs.
On a hot, humid day like today, I was out on the golf course. I did in the morning I did a double, and then I did another. So yeah, 3 times as much.
Oh, 3 times as much. How do you do it? Do you do it?
I do in the morning I do 2, or I do 4 of each. And then after golf I did another shake and did 1 serving of each as well.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for sharing. Does anyone have any comments to any of our speakers so far?
I just am so excited that you all shared, and it's interesting how each of us have a different reason for starting with the company, staying with the company, and have feeling these great results. So that's just awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Join us. Any other comments?
Yeah, I remember when Jana signed up. I remember because I was at Cindy's house that morning before she went and had a meeting with Jana, and we talked about it before she went, and we all prayed about it because she knew that she needed it. So we were praying for you, Jana. So I'm glad.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mhm.
Awesome. And your health for your family's been so significant.
Yes,
Awesome. Any other comments on this?
we are very blessed, very blessed.
Okay, great. Well, let's go to Inez. Let's hear your story, Inez.
Oh, wow. My story starts way back in the 90s when Juice Plus first got started. And I was living in South Florida, and I had friends who had gotten into Juice Plus. So they came to my house. They were so excited to share this product with me. I'm a scientist. And when I was learning science, it was if you heat it up, fruits and veggies or whatever, it loses its nutrients. So I was of the mindset that even though they said it was still retaining the nutrients, I'm like, that is not possible. Y'all enjoy it. I'm good. And I think it took me probably 10 years or more before I realized, and Dr. Nalani was really, the person who got me started with it, because I realized that they had a proprietary process that didn't require all the heat and the steam. And then I was sold. So sometimes we let what we call our knowledge get in the way of getting started with something that's really good for us. So I'm glad Dr. Nalani had the wherewithal to continue to talk to me over the years. She's like, I'm doing it, it's good for you, blah, blah, blah. And finally, just to shut up, I said, okay, I'll join. And that was the best thing I've ever done for myself. So I'm really glad that she kept after me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, great. Well, let me see if I didn't tell Michelle I might fall on her. Michelle, would you like to share your story really quickly? And then we'll go to Shakira.
Okay, I'm here. I'm doing multiple things, but sure. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get my video on. So it's been 11 years for me that I've been using Juice Plus. And at the time, I really thought I got it because I was like, oh, my son needs that. He's like a super picky eater, always sick. He was only a baby. He was only a year old at the time. And I was like, oh, he needs to eat more fruits and vegetables, because I just thought I was this great eater, right? But my concept of eating well was like, if I got more than 3 or 4 fruits and vegetables in a day, I thought I was doing fantastic. And it wasn't until I heard the education that I was like, what? I don't get close to what they recommend. I'm one of those people that work out, so they recommend even more fruits and vegetables than the average person. So I was like, okay, wait a minute. I need to be on this. My whole family needs to be on this. My dad's a diabetic. He needs to be on this because he's not getting half the nutrients he needs because he's restricted from all the fruits. So it all started there. And just within a few months, the changes I saw happen with my son was insane. I mean, you can't force an infant to do a lot, right? It's kind of hard. If they don't want it, they're just like, they're going to fight it. But 2 months of him taking the gummies, he began to pick up broccoli, like the whole floret, and eat it. And I couldn't even believe it, because he wouldn't even eat a slither of vegetables prior to that. The next day he was eating cabbage, which, guys, honestly, these were vegetables I didn't eat until I was in my late 20s. And I didn't even I hated cabbage so much, but until I got pregnant, and then I craved cabbage, which is weird, totally changed my taste buds. And so the things he was eating at 16 months, I never touched until I was like in my 20s and 30s. So I mean, I saw his health transform right in front of my eyes, all in 2 months. It was incredible to see it. He went from being like a sick, snotty-nosed kid. He was sick most of the month, every month, to like being perfectly healthy. He went to preschool, and he was like the one kid that he got sick one time, and it was like for a few hours that day. I picked him up early, and then he was fine like the rest of the day. He was like the one kid that didn't get sick in preschool like the whole time. His preschool class would be out, like multiple kids would be out every single week, and Chance was there every week. It was amazing. So now he's 12 and he's at tackle football practice. He plays pretty much every sport. We just put him into whatever is in season, and he's my healthy kid. It's amazing. And then my dad, who was a diabetic, he started taking it at the age of 79. He was insulin dependent. And my dad is not he wasn't a man of many words. But back then we used to do surveys to see how people were feeling after using Juice Plus. So at the 3-month mark, I was like, Dad, I'm doing this survey. And the things he noticed, I was so surprised. He was like, he noticed he was sleeping better. He noticed his blood circulation was better, which was an issue he had. But a lot of times diabetics, they have poor blood circulation, so they feel like tingles and all that. He noticed that improved. He noticed, what else did he notice? He noticed so many things. And mind you, my dad was not very active. His later years, all he did was sit and watch TV. But he noticed these things, and it was just taking Juice Plus. He took the trio. And so I really feel like he passed away 2 years ago this year, and he lived until the age of 90. And I feel like Juice Plus really helped him to, like, he had ups and downs during that time, but he was able to recover multiple times. And I really feel like it was Juice Plus that helped his body to like bounce back. So I'm so thankful. Like, there's not a price I could put on the time that I got to spend with my dad. And I would never stop using Juice Plus. I've seen what it's done for me, my family, and hundreds of others. There's no way. So that's my story.
Did you mention your fitness? Like how
I didn't even mention my fitness. Nope.
not
But
this- but I know
yeah.
it really helped you feel your fitness too, right?
I've been a fitness, well, I played soccer in high school, played like intramural soccer in college. Then I got heavily into fitness because that was my stress relief. That's how I made it through college. But worked out most of my life, like, since my late teenage years. And when I started taking Juice Plus, my fitness levels improved, guys. I started taking it in my like mid 30s. I started taking Juice Plus, and I'm like, how is it that I am now running longer? My workouts at the gym, I had more endurance, more stamina. I would realize I'm lifting heavier. Like, I was doing more in my mid 30s than I had like previously. And I mean, just in a matter of months, in 3 months, these changes occurred. And at first I didn't know. I just thought, oh, I'm improving all of a sudden. I did not connect it to me using Juice Plus until we used to do that survey. And that survey asked, how are your fitness levels? Do you work out? Have you noticed you have more stamina? Do you have more endurance? And I was like, yes, I do, all of those things. So for me, the fitness component was huge because I've always worked out. I didn't do much different other than add in Juice Plus. And now I'm in my mid 40s, about to be 46 next month. And I still feel amazing. I still do all the things. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I can still feel like I'm in my 20s, in my 40s. I mean, that's incredible. I used to think, when you were younger and used to say 40s, you would think that was so old. I don't feel like I'm in my 40s. I really don't. I feel like I'm in my 20s. But yeah, that's my story.
I get it. I feel
You
good.
look like you're in your 20s also.
Oh, thank you.
For sure. Yeah. Cuter and cuter. Okay, so we're going to go to our last speaker for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for these stories of hope. And the reason why it's titled that is everyone can have hope because they can change their outlook, their quality of life. And, Juice Plus has been one simple change that all of us have realized has been a catalyst for more simple changes and have helped us. So Shakira, are you able to turn on your video and everything? I hope so. It's Dr. Shakira too.
Yes, yeah, I'm here.
Great. So glad you're there.
Greetings. Let me fix my camera. I'm on my phone. I'm usually on my computer.
Share, what made sense to you, your story, whether it's just logical that it makes sense to you, or maybe you have, something that you attribute to Juice Plus and other healthy changes, and also why you recommend it as a professional.
Oh, absolutely. I felt I was missing something when it came to recommendations on different ways my clients can improve their health. I'm also an herbalist, so I have different herbal packages, but I know the importance of food and food as medicine. And so what I say is herbs tone the organs, but food actually penetrates the cells and the tissue. So when I met, I knew of Dr. Nalani's husband, Dr. Phil Valentine. And then he just kept talking about this Juice Plus for years. And so I said, finally, I reached out to Dr. Nalani to join about 2 years ago. And so just reading about it, I've done my own research on it. How it has, you can find it in the stores. That's how unique it is. It's not something that's just sitting on the shelf. So it's literally fresh fruits and vegetables. So when I started taking it, and I even noticed a difference in my daughter, she's been raised vegan, vegetarian since birth, but after about, I would say, a month of her being on the Juice Plus, it was more so wanting more raw foods over cooked foods, wanting lettuce and raw broccoli. I just seen a burst of her wanting more raw over cooked. And even when my mother was still here in the physical, she just transitioned 6 months prior. But when she was here, I was giving her the Juice Plus, and she was drinking more water. And then usually my mom would drink just more flavored stuff. She always wanted her flavor, and so she was drinking more water. So I knew this was something. And so now I started sharing it with my clients every time, like, this is what the body needs to transform and to really heal on that deeper level. And one of the questions I get asked a lot by my clients is, well, what benefits am I going to see immediately? And I tell them this is not something that you will see, something that you will actually feel, like an herb will, like how an herb stimulates. It's more like insurance on your health, to actually help you to protect your body before anything happens, So, like, for instance, when it comes to eyesight, no one actually feels their eyes deteriorating. And then if you're eating your berries, that berry blend, that raw Juice Plus berry blend, well, you're protecting your eyes. You're making sure you're getting blood to the vessels of your eyes. So this is just my way and ways that I teach my clients of the benefits of Juice Plus. And I still take it every single day. I have a lot of energy. Even if I go to sleep very, very late, I can still wake up and function next day, So this is why I love Juice Plus so much. And again, I've been sharing Juice Plus for the last 2 years. I would say about 85% of my clients are on Juice Plus. They love it. They love the omegas. They love the omegas, because what I say is you're getting it from the source. We've been told fish oil is so good. Well, fish oil does nothing for you. So why not getting from the source? So I've had clients who have improved with their thyroid levels, taking omega. And this is just their story, not saying that everyone is going to have the same story, but I have seen and heard from my clients that their thyroid levels have improved. So this is what fruits, vegetables can do for the body. And this is essentially how the body is designed to eat anyway. So we're just returning all of that nutrition back into the body.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. Yes. Does anybody have any comments or questions for Dr. Shakira Moore? She is awesome.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize I was on mute, but I totally agree with Shakira. I was like, yeah.
Hey, Michelle. How you doing?
Shakira. It's good to see you.
Yes, yes. Gratitude. Good to see you too. What you doing?
And your princess, she likes the gummies?
She doesn't like the gummies. She said it's too much for her teeth. So what I do is I take the capsules
Mhm.
and I open it up and I just put it in like a fresh juice. So every day, for breakfast, she has a juice or a smoothie. That's for breakfast. So I'll take the capsules about 4 to 6, and then I'll put it in like a fresh fruit juice or smoothie for her. But no, she doesn't like the gummies.
Okay, well, that's all right. The capsules.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. And what about the research behind Juice Plus? Was that something that attracted you?
Yes. I always get the gentleman's name incorrect. I believe he's Polish. Is he Polish?
Manfred Lamprecht.
Yes, I absolutely love him. That is what really led me more into the research of Juice Plus. One of the videos is about maybe 2 minutes, and that's what I also love about it, where he talked about how the effects of Juice Plus in genetics. So we have this idea that if our parents had a disease, grandparents, that we're destined to have that disease. And so it's actual research showing that you can actually change your DNA. You can change and turn off disease based upon the foods that you eat. And they show that with Juice Plus from different, I guess, groups of people who've over a 4-month period actually changed that. So that blew me away, because I'm a strong believer that it's not disease that runs in the family, it's the diet, the mindset that runs in the family. So seeing that, and also there was another one, if I can remember, it was a few of them, and there was one with just weight loss, or also teeth. That's another thing. I have a story of my own. Okay, so about 2 years ago, I had a tooth pulled, and this was around the time I first started Juice Plus. And so usually they give you pain medications after you get it. I said, no, I don't want it. I'm fine. And the dentist thought I was crazy. Like, you're going to be in pain when you leave here. But I had a homeopathic nerve pain that I was taking, and also I was taking Juice Plus. I was doubling up around that time. Not only did I have no pain, no infection, the tooth where they took it out healed faster. And so when I went back to the dentist, he's like, and at the time I was fasting, and so he was like, wow, it already closed up so quickly. And so there's studies on that as well, as far as dental health when it comes to Juice Plus. So that's just my personal story with that.
Right. And I think the study is like higher attachment to the teeth and tighter gums, and like it's good, but and better recovery of
Yes.
wound healing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, great. I think on that note, I mean, this is called Stories of Hope because there is so much hope. And maybe you could just add a little bit to this, Shakira, because when you put the nutrients in the body, right, then it turns into new blood cells, which then turn into new tissue, then over time, new organs and things like that, right? So doesn't that give people a lot of hope that they can reverse? Hopefully, I mean, they can work on reversing, whatever they've got going on, and just feel better, even like within a year is what they say, like your whole body, I don't know, is like new after maybe a year. Is that true? Is that something that you have thought, what's your thought on just kind of attacking whatever's going on, or wanting more, maybe superior optimal health? How long does it take, and how many simple changes,
Right. As far as regeneration is concerned, regeneration of the body, everyone is different. Every stage of health requires a different kind of guide and protocol. What I would say is that it takes about each part of the body takes a different amount of time for it to regenerate. I know after 4 months, it takes like it takes red blood cells and white blood cells begins to renew at that time. Again, as I say, Juice Plus is more of an insurance for the body. It's not something that you're going to, oh my gosh, I actually like, what can I really see? I don't want anyone to have a expectation that they can like sink their teeth in. But what you're doing is that you are preventing, you're constantly in prevention mode, constantly in cleansing mode. Because what I say is, if you're not eating to eliminate, you're eating to accumulate. So Juice Plus is helping you to constantly eliminate old, toxic, dead cellular waste that is constantly accumulating in the body. So every day, what I strive to do is to eat to eliminate rather than accumulate. So that is what Juice Plus helps you to do. It's helping you to eliminate. So every time you take that capsule, you look at that capsule, you're like, I'm eliminating something in my body. I'm regulating my bowels. A lot of us don't have regulation. You know, we're constipated. Constipation is, I say, devastation. You know, and it is something that majority of people go through. You know, so constantly eating in that way and thinking in that way when it comes to Juice Plus, now you can become regular. You know, you can have a better functioning thyroid. You can have better eyesight. You can reverse eye issues like cataracts and different things like that, as well as other methods that you would use on the side. But yes, I would say everyone is different, but as long as there's life, there is hope. As one of my someone that I looked up to so much, Dr. Laila Africa, said. So this can be done. And in this, I trust that every story that was shared tonight gives you hope that as long as you are here, eat to eliminate and eat to regenerate. And Juice Plus is, it's a great product. Bad meaning good, but you know, it's the, like I said, you can't find it in the shelf. You can't find it in the store. That's how exclusive it is. You have to talk to someone to get it.
Right. Awesome. Well, thank you, Dr. Shakira Moore. I love that. Love it. Love it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight. Any last words? And I'm going to turn off the recording. And I thought that was just a wonderful ending. There's lots of hope. So let's share with our moms, dads, sisters, brothers, neighbors, whoever wants to really have optimal health, you know, and to eliminate. Right? Okay, that's great. Anybody, any other comments? Okay, you guys, well, have an awesome evening. I'm just going to turn off all the recordings.